Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. Ever seen a family of 4 pull off the ultimate meat feast? Picture this. A Russian family in a Czech cafe orders 4 giant pig legs, 2-3 kilo each. The waiter just shrugs. They think they're in for chicken legs. Spoiler alert. They're not. As laughter echoes from the waitstaff, the Czechs expect a cute picnic. An hour later, the Russians put a dent in 12 kg of meat. Talk about a feasting frenzy. The only question left: who's bringing dessert? Ever wonder what it's like to study abroad and face wild stereotypes? Picture this. A classmate from Russia faces curious Americans asking if we live with bears and vodka. So, I pulled off an epic Russian-style camping trip. We camped, sang around the fire, and while my friends were ready to roast marshmallows, I'm sharing epic tales of our vast nature and heroic grandpas from WWIIE. By the end of the night, some were in tears, others were just confused. Spoiler alert. They all left with a new view of Russia and maybe some bear hugs. Imagine waiting in line at McDonald's and 3 confused Chinese guys are trying to order using Wildhandgestures. It's a comedy show. But wait, plot twist, the cashier suddenly speaks fluent Chinese. Turns out he has a degree and speaks 3 languages. I mean, who knew working fast food required a PhD? Now I feel underqualified ordering a Big Mac. What's next? A barista diagnosing your existential crisis in 5 languages. McDonald's, where education meets fries.
Did you know dogs can be better at saving lives than superheroes? Meet Iva, the husky with a nose for booze. After losing my brother, I spiraled into a drinking abyss. Iva wasn't having any of it. She turned into a doggy detective, hiding my alcohol like a pro. Say goodbye to the party monster, and hello to the cuddle buddy. At night, she'd snuggle me just right, and before I knew it, I was 1.5 years sober. Now, she's my furry guardian angel, on patrol every time guests arrive. Who knew sobriety could be so positively fun?
Ever thought a coma could lead to romance? Meet our patient, who woke up just to ask a young nurse for a drink. She fainted, but don't worry, she was revived. Fast forward, he's back on his feet, claiming he survived just to apologize and bring flowers. Spoiler, 1 year later they're getting married. So remember, the next time you're in a pickle, just ask for a drink. It might just lead to your happily ever after. Ever seen a kid with a voice that could charm the socks off anyone? Meet our 5th grader, an orphan with a golden voice, living in a world that's anything but kind. The other day, I found him belting it out in torn sneakers under a subway. I mean, come on. The kid's got a voice like an angel, but he's living with his war vet grandpa and no food. Talk about dramatic. Just when you think it can't get worse, I hit the ATM and decided enough was enough. New sneakers and food delivery for our little star. Next stop, a music career. Ever hired a husband for an hour? I did. My own guy said he's a brains over brawn kind of man. So, I called in a pro, and it was a tiny girl who fixed the toilet faster than he shuts his laptop. Suddenly, my boyfriend thinks he's Mr. Fix-It, armed with every tool in the house. Spoiler alert. The only thing he fixed was my patience. Who knew the real handyman was a handy girl? Ever walked to university and ended up at your old school? Yeah, me too. This morning, I was so sleep deprived that my feet just took over. Next thing I know, I'm face to face with the principal. He spots me and freaks out. Vasilyev, tell me you're not already expelled. Seriously, dude, I'm just trying to learn, not relive my childhood trauma. But hey, can we discuss how I might win that bet for him instead? Imagine you're in 9th grade, and the geography teacher says, create a project to save Sakhalin. Easy, right? So, I just Googled a plan endorsed by Putin. I write it down, and boom, I strut to the board like I'm about to win the Nobel Prize. But the teacher just laughs, saying, dream on, kid. I got a 3 for my fantasy project. So thanks, Vladimir Vladimirovich, for the setup. Guess it's time to stick with less ambitious goals like napping. Ever seen a workaholic who loves their job a little too much? Meet our office hero. He gets to work before dawn, clocks out after the stars come out, literally sleeping at his desk. When I asked how he does it, he said, "My life is here." But let's be real, folks. If your job is your entire life, you might need a new hobby, or at least a cat. Still, who needs a social life when you have spreadsheets, right? What happens when a bunch of Russians hit the slopes and find a bear? You guessed it, a party. After a few drinks, we figured a bear was just another pet. So we invite him over, share our snacks, and even pour him some vodka. Next thing you know, we're scratching his belly while he growls happily. But heading back, we're a drunken trio, and panic strikes the hotel guests. "Run, there's a mad Russian with a bear." But I calmly shout, "Quiet," and our bear sits down like a good boy. Who knew Russian hospitality extended to wildlife? Ever chat with a tree? 5 years ago, I lost my girlfriend in a car crash. Heartbroken, I planted an apricot tree since she adored them. Turns out talking to it didn't help no blossoms. Just me and my dry, sad friend. But then I dove into work, built a business, met an amazing girl, hello, happiness. And just when I thought my love life was all set, the tree finally blooms. So, am I dating the tree now? Or did it just want to show off? Talk about delayed reactions. So, I tried flirting with a girl at uni with a cringy line about the middle. August, distortes. She totally ghosted me. Fast forward, she strolls into class and surprise, she's my new history teacher. My heart, a medieval catastrophe. And then she points at me and says, "Let the young man in the blue shirt explain the Middle Ages." Talk about textbook embarrassment. Who knew my love life would turn into a history lecture? Ever tried to get married but found your relatives are like wandering cats? We postponed our wedding 3 times. Why? Because Aunt Nora can't leave the house without a 5-hour pep talk. 2 days before the big day, my bride had an appendectomy talk about commitment. On the day of the wedding, the maid of honor ghosted us. Then we hit the registry office, and surprised, their renovation had literally renovated our application. Power outage? Check. And the wedding march? Nope. But guess what? We still got hitched. Clearly, fate loves a good laugh. Imagine being chased by 5 giant guys yelling, "Look, there he is." I mean, obviously. My first thought was, time to run for my life. So I sprinted through the forest like it was a marathon, and they were the finish line. They finally caught me, and I was ready to face my doom. But instead, they said, "Dude, we're lost. Help us out and we'll reward you with beer." And just like that, I went from mushroom gatherer to hero of the day. All for a cold one. What a plot twist.
So, I went on a first date to a sushi bar, right? I loathe raw fish. So I brought some chicken in my bag because, let's be real, nobody wants an empty stomach on a date. Turns out, neither of us touched the sushi. We just sprinted to the restroom. When I strolled back in, he finds a piece of chicken on my blouse and says, Chicken. Chicken, while I've got pastries." Fate? More like a poultry love story. Who needs sushi when you've got chicken and pastries?
Ever heard a kid drop a truth bomb? My 4-year-old son is the cleanup crusader of the dog park. Every day, we walk our dog and I teach him the golden rule. Don't let your pet's business stink up the park. But today, he went full legend. He saw a woman ignoring her dog's gifts and shouted, "Do you also poop at home and not clean it up?" Talk about awkward. And that woman? She was ready to disappear. Lesson learned. Kids say the darndest things.
Ever see yellow buttons on a boyfriend's sleeves? Well, mine has them. And it's not just for flair. After a little convincing, he spilled his secret. Sew a button on? Think about your dreams, and voila, they'll come true. He got into a top UK university and started a business. I mean, if that actually works, maybe I should try it too. I mean, I've always dreamed of being an actress. A button and some daydreaming, it's just that easy, right? Stay tuned for my Hollywood debut. If I can find a needle. Ever dated a guy who thinks he can cook? Meet my boyfriend. After 2 months of me shielding my taste buds from his cooking disasters, I thought I'd surprise him at work. When I asked for Sergey, nobody knew him. Instead, the assistant chef pops out smirking. Turns out he's been faking it, claiming he's a waiter to dodge the kitchen. Then he hits me with, "Guess what? I got promoted." This dude went from burnt toast to head chef. So, am I finally off the hook? Nope. Now I have to eat his gourmet nightmares, just with a snazzier title.
So, picture this. An elderly woman notices a 100-ruble shortage at the bank. The cashier, totes offended, yells, "Count again." She goes back, counts, and yep, still missing. Now the cashier is yelling, "Why the drama over 100 rubles?" Meanwhile, Grandma's just trying to pay for her cat's tuna. But here's the twist. The manager shows up and kick. Out flies the rude cashier. Morale of the story: never mess with grandmas or their pensions.